with another watch along, and it's Southampton versus Manchester United, and this is going to be an interesting game. Really is going to be an interesting game, guys. Obviously, we're on the back of such a great victory against Liverpool on Monday night, and it's going to be interesting to see how Manchester United get on. I mean, look, I mentioned it in the match preview that, it's nearly easy to get up for a game like Liverpool at Old Trafford, full house, and as well on top of that, you had the atmosphere from the protests on Monday night, getting the players going, get everybody up. So, look, it's a different kettle of fish for Manchester United today. They're going away from home. Never an easy ground, really, going to Southampton. They're a decent team, you'd have to say. You'd be expecting Manchester United to have, a lot more possession. So it's going to be interesting to see what we do with it and how we play. So, obviously, you would be expecting Manchester United to get the victory, and I hope we do, and that's the positive side of it. But I'm not going to be naive either. We could very, very easily see Manchester United slip into their old ways here in relation to, not being able to break teams down, maybe panicking a little bit, losing confidence, things like that. So, look, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting. I'm really looking forward to it. Great to see people in already. Abduram Man is in as well on YouTube. Daniel is in, good to see you. Karen, Aaron, good to see you guys. Thanks for joining. Please smash a like on the video as well if you haven't done so already. Helps out the channel an awful lot, like I said. But yeah, look, really looking forward to it. Really looking forward to it now. I suppose we'll give you the starting lineup. Obviously, anyone that's watching on YouTube can see the starting 11 is already on the screen. But to give anyone that's watching on TikTok here as well, it's David De Gea in goal. It's basically unchanged from Liverpool. And it's David De Gea in goal. We have Delors right back. Jessica, thanks for the gift. Delors right back, Malacia left back. Then we have Martinez and Varane centre backs. We then have McTominay and Eriksen with Bruno just ahead of them. And then we have Rashford through the middle. And then Sancho and Elanga either side up front. So it's unchanged from Monday night. And look, to be honest, I'm not overly disappointed that it's unchanged. I think it would be, not that it would be harsh, but I think every player who played on Monday night deserves a start here again, given how well we played. So I'm not overly, disappointed, that we're not getting the likes of Casemiro starting. Obviously, that was the main one that people were saying, would he come in for Scott McTominay, come straight in, to the starting 11. So, look, I have no issues with it. I think the team that we've put out is more than capable of beating this Southampton team if we can, put in a, as half good of a performance as we did against Liverpool the other night. So look, I'm looking forward to it. Let's see what people are saying here. Daniel is in and says, not seen the lineup or anything yet. Excited to see Ten Hag's choices today. Yeah, so now we know, Daniel. Karen says, McToenails must have a triple X tape of the Glazers or something. Aaron is in, good to see you, Aaron. Yeah, and Karen says, we'll know in the first 10 minutes how it's looking. Yeah, I think so too. And Daniel says, can't believe Casemiro doesn't start. See what people are saying here on TikTok. Casper is in and says, what do you think about the Anthony rumours? Look, it's not ideal. Obviously, we're going to have to pay massive money for him. If you're asking me, do I think we should go and pay more than 90 million? No, I think maybe it's time to walk away. Go for someone like Cody Gakpo, pay half the price and use that extra revenue to go out and buy maybe a number 9, Jessica says, I'm a huge Man United supporter. Have you ever met a player? Have I ever met a player? I met Paul McGrath before, who was an old Manchester United player, early Fergie days. So, yeah, I have. That's the only one, really. But yeah. Kev is in and says, my weekly MacTom message to you, hate him. Absolutely. Glazers have spent over 1 billion, great owners, in my opinion. Well, they haven't spent any of their own money, Apex. That's the problem. So, and Lord J is in and says, is Casemiro on the bench? He is. He starts on the bench. He does. He starts on the bench. NDL says, what do you think the score will be at half-time? Jeez, at half-time, I'm not sure. I've gone for a 2-0 victory as my match prediction. Let's see what happens. Let's see what people are saying here. I've met Tony Adams, says Jessica. Very good. What do you think of Seshko? I think he's a great player, Brennan. It's a pity Manchester United couldn't get him in the end. Cottle is in and says, Liverpool fan here. What are your thoughts on Liverpool possibly signing Frankie? I don't think. I mean, if we can't get him, I don't see why Liverpool could get him. He's staying put because of the wages and because he's not getting paid, and he wants to stay at Barcelona. So I don't see, much issue in it. Good to see Maguire not starting, says user. Absolutely. Come on United, says Glasgow Celtic supporters. Good to have you in as well, guys. Where can I watch the match? Well, I'm watching it on BT here, so we're going to be doing a live watch along here for it as well. So, you can stay put, and I'll be updating you on the game as it happens. Can you show the game live on your page? I can't, so I can't show the live game, guys. This is just a watch along. And it's, so we'll be following along here and keeping you up to date. Will Casemiro play today? Look, I think he will play at some stage, absolutely. But he's obviously not starting. How can we sign Casemiro and still play McDirt? Says Dylan. Well, look, I think if we had a loss against Liverpool, or the performance wasn't as good against Liverpool, I think we could easily have started him. But I think because everyone played so well against Liverpool on Monday night, I think that's the reason why it's unchanged. Glasgow Celtic supporters say 3-1 Man United. And Western UG says love for Man United from Uganda. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining us. Great to see so many people in. Where do you think Ronaldo will go in the future? Oh, God only knows. Flip a coin. Throw a dart at a map. God only knows. Mickey is in. Good to see you, man. Let's go. 2-0 United. Alanga with the first. Happy days. I'd be happy with that. Karen says, I had a pint with Craig Bellamy in Dublin Airport. Nice guy. Yeah, by all accounts, he is pretty sound. I've heard that before, all right. Mickey says, De Jong already rumoured to be taking a pay cut to stay at Barcelona. I think his missus has a big pull on that. His missus doesn't want to come and live in rainy Manchester, so you only start training on Tuesday. And Aaron says, is your volume down on your end? Why are you not? Can you not hear me as good? Can you not hear me? Let me just double check everything is up to speed here. Microphone. Yeah, microphone is there. I'll just start shouting. But everything is good on my end. Let me know if you're having any issues though. I'll see, can I change anything? Let's see. Rashford with the first goal. A 2-0 win, says Brendan. Bangala is in, says, hi, good to see you, man. Garvan says, will we get the result and keep going from the pool game? I hope so. It's not going to be an easy game. I don't think it's going to be, easy at all. St. Mary's is always a difficult place to go. But let's see what happens. I'm looking forward to it. I'm under no illusions that we could very easily go back to the old Manchester United ways and slip back into our, slow, passive kind of play and, lack of confidence and stuff like that. So I think we need to start early. An early goal would be great, and see where we can go from there, Great to see so many people in as well, guys. Please smash a like on the video. We're going to aim for 40,000 likes on TikTok. We smashed it out of the water last week for the last watch along. So keep tapping the screen for us. Helps the channel out an awful lot. Gets more people into the chat as well. And makes for a better stream. And if you're watching on YouTube, like I said, make sure you take a second. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps out the channel an awful lot. Mickey says, well, they did just buy a new house that she wanted, and she loves Barcelona. There you go. Karen says, I'll have to Google De Jong's missus to see if she worth staying in Barcelona. Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. She definitely is. Are you going to buy the new kit? Says Luke. I actually have the new kit, Luke, and I'm gutted that I put it into the washing machine yesterday and I forgot to take it out. So it's soaking wet. So I had to put on last year's one. So I'm... Hopefully it's not a bad luck thing, but yeah, I have the new kit and all, absolutely. 3 players you would sign now: De Jong, Anthony, and if I had a choice of any other player in the world, I would go with Nkunku as a number 9. I think he's unbelievable. So yeah, they'd be my 3. Alanga's going to do wonders today, says Western. Going to get 90k today, says Rob. Absolutely, keep smashing that like button, guys. Let's get it up to 90k. See what we can do. Faith Jackson says Ronaldo with a goal from the bench. He'd be doing well to score off the bench. I hope he comes on first before he scores, but I know what you mean. I'm only messing. Prediction today, 2-0 Manchester United is my prediction. Jemba is the GOAT. Changed my mind. I don't have to. I agree. Sean is in and says, hi, good to see you, Sean. Thanks for joining us. Do you have a Scottish team? Says Glasgow Celtic. Man, do you even have to ask? From Ireland. Celtic all the way. I was at Dundee versus Celtic about 3 years ago before COVID in Dundee. We have a Celtic supporters group here that we go with every few years. We had a great weekend. Yeah, so I've never been to a home game with Celtic, but I've been to an away game. Cameron says, put the wife and kids on today's game. Well, does that mean you want to lose them or you want to actually keep them? And let's see. And Mickey says, right, I can't say I got the niece's birthday party here. No bother, Mickey. Thanks for popping in, man. Really appreciate it. Look, we'll be here till 2:30, so drop back in. I can't do a final score video today on YouTube, guys. I literally, as soon as the final whistle goes, I have to leg it. I'm going to a Liam Gallagher concert in Dublin, so I have to pack up and run. Ian, as in, good to see you, man. I'm all good. Hope you're doing well. David says, what county are you from? From Kilkenny. On the Cats. Western says, you're doing great work. Thanks, my fellow supporter. You're more than welcome. Thanks for joining us. Mario says, do you think Jota from Celtic would do good in the Premier League? I think he would. I think he's a very good player. Jaden says, are you streaming the game? No, so I'm not streaming the game, guys. This is just a watch along. I can't show the game live, obviously, for copyright reasons. I'd be thrown off of every platform that I'm on. So, but look, you're more than welcome to stick around. We'll be doing a live watch along for it, keeping you up to date. It's on BT Sports, so that's what I'm watching it on. Con Limerick says, Rob, watching from Kenya, says Zach, good to see you, Kenya. Cody says, up to date, yeah. I love yolks. All right, good man. Let's go team, says Anna. Good luck, says Isaiah. Leon says, I'm from Kilkenny as well. Yuppa, good to see you, Leon. Thanks for joining, man. Dean says, big fan of yours. Appreciate it, Dean. Thanks a lot, man. It's great to see so many people in, boys. Keep smashing that like button for me as well. Helps out the channel an awful lot. Share the stream as well, if you haven't already. If you know any friends or anyone that want to pop in. Anyone that's watching on TikTok as well, we are live on YouTube. You get the full experience rather than just a narrow view here. If you want to go over to our YouTube channel, link is on the homepage. We're live there as well. We have the wider angle with the starting 11, the scoreboard, the timer, the ticker tape, all that good stuff. And it tends to be a lot quieter in the chat over there as well, so I'll probably get to read out your comments a lot more. All you have to do is hit the subscribe button. You can leave a comment in the chat. Click the link on the homepage. Go over and watch on the YouTube channel either. It's you tend to get your comments read out a lot easier over there as well. Let's see. Daniel says, what's the latest with goalkeeper? I heard rumours of Trapp and Dubravka. What do you think? Look, I think both of them are probably just stopgaps for a season. Maybe Manchester United have their eyes on a different target for next summer that's maybe not available this year. And to be honest, I wouldn't be against that, because it would be great for once to see Manchester United, with some multi-transfer window planning, and not just going out and just going hell for leather buying players. So that's what I would reckon. Karen says, Parkhead is fantastic. I was there for a couple of Old Firms intense. Yeah, I'd love to get over for an Old Firm, but I'll try to get over at some stage. Karen says, tell Brian Cody I was asking for him. I will. Daniel says, my wife is from County Mayo. I believe that's quite close. Mayo would be the other side of the country for us. So we're southeast. Mayo would be northwest. But Ireland is small anyway. So Aaron says, do you bet? And if so, what type of bets? I put a bet on every now and again. I usually just do an accumulator, maybe 5-6 teams on a Saturday. I haven't got around to doing it. I've done one this season so far, but I haven't done one in a while. Doing these live watch-alongs, not that I don't have time to do it, but I just always kind of forget to do them. Let me know if you have any bets in though, guys. If you have any bets on, put them into the chat. Let us know how you're getting on with them. Sully is in and says, you happy with no Ronaldo again? I am, but still bittersweet without him. Look, I'm happy without. Look, I'm all for whatever the manager goes for. I'm happy, I'm all behind Ten Hag. I really am. I have to say, whatever he decides to do, he has my full backing. So if he decides to go with Ronaldo, great. If he doesn't, then okay as well, Karen says, I have an accumulator on. Never bet the early game. It's a golden rule. But you had to throw it down for United. Yeah, anytime United are playing in an early game, I tend to do 2 bets. I'll put one on with the air because I agree with you there. You know, there's nothing worse than losing the early game or drawing the early game and then your bet is finished for the rest of the day. You know, other than that, this week, I've all home teams winning today. Yeah, I mean, it's the safest, really, isn't it? Emmanuel, thanks for the gifts on TikTok. Really appreciate it there, man. Thanks a lot. I wonder what United fan base we will see after this game. If you win, happy. If you lose, Glazers out. Well, look, Glazers out is going to be on the cards all the time anyway. You know, I mean, regardless of how these games and how these fixtures and results go for us, there is no let up really on this. I mean, the next protest is set for the home game against Arsenal. So, look, it's not something that's going to disappear, really. You have to say, you know. So, how can I please stream the game for free? Says Bishop. I have no idea, to be honest. I'm just doing a watch along for it. I have it on BT Sports here on the telly, so I'm not really sure. Maybe someone in the chat can let you know if there is any streams. Aaron says, I never back United. Sully says, as much as I love United, I can never put them in an accumulator because of recent times. Yeah, well, you're smart there, absolutely. Thoughts on Casemiro not starting, says Dylan. Look, I would have liked to seen him start, but again, like I said, I'm all behind the manager. If the manager decides he's not to start, then okay, you know. El Dodgy Box says, Guinness, absolutely not, man. There you go. There's the Sky Remote. There is the Sky Remote. No dodgy boxes around here, kid. Jackson says, yeah, the last protest was absolutely brilliant, to be fair. It was, and I was saying it before the game against Liverpool. I was hoping that, you know, all of the frustration and maybe anger was left outside the ground and that would just bring good atmosphere into Old Trafford after the protest. And that's exactly what happened. You know, it's exactly what happened. So, yeah, happy days, happy days. Blake is in. Good to see you, man. Thanks for joining us. You're more than welcome. And like I said, guys, anyone watching on TikTok, you're probably better opportunity of getting a comment read out if you do go over and watch on YouTube. We have the scoreboard, ticker tape, timer, starting 11 all on the screen, full experience. Link is on my homepage. You can click it and head over there, get the full experience. Reggie says, score today. I'm going 2-0 Manchester United. And Zane says, could you tell me why see Ronaldo not in the formation, not in the starting 11? I just think it's the way Ten Hag wants to play. High press, energy, and then balls in over the top with pace in behind. So I think that's maybe why he's on the bench. Guinness says, to be honest, but you reckon if we weren't a few down to Liverpool last week, would the fans have walked out? I don't think they would have. No, I don't think they would have. This is nothing to do with the team anymore, you know, and that's something that, okay, look, I'd be the first one to admit, you know, the team and the players haven't been up to speed the last couple of years. It's no longer about the players anymore. It's about the owners and getting the owners out. So, look, I think Manchester United could have an off-season again this year. I really do. It could be very hit and miss. But I think the fan base at long last is kind of focused on, you know, Glazers out. I mean, we've changed players, we've changed directors, we've changed board members, we've changed everything and it hasn't worked. It's now time to change the owners, you know. Thomas is in on YouTube, says, good afternoon, good to see you, Thomas. Dylan says, good to see the same back four. They played class last game. They absolutely did, Dylan. And I think maybe a good little partnership is developing there between Varane and Martinez. So I hope they do have a good game today again. I thought Malacia was unreal as well on Monday night, especially up against Salah and Trent on that side for his first start. Absolutely brilliant. Aaron says, I love Ronaldo, but I think he should go. I agree with you, Aaron. I have to say, it's nothing personal against Ronaldo. I just think he has to go for the better, I suppose, for the good of the squad and the good of the club and for himself. You know, he doesn't want to be there, and that's okay. Thomas says, who's the captain now? Maguire's on the bench. So it's Bruno Fernandes. Well, he was captain on Monday night, so I don't see why it's going to change for today's game. So, yeah, I expect him to be captain again. Are you showing the game? No, I'm not showing the game, guys, unfortunately. This is just a watch-along. I'm watching it live here myself, so I'll be keeping you up to date on it. Unfortunately, I can't stream it or anything like that. I'll be thrown off. Reggie says, "Where are you from?" I'm from Ireland, Reggie. And Man U for life is in. It says, "Come on, lads, we got to win. Glory, glory, Man United." Absolutely, absolutely. More than 200 people in the chat as well there on TikTok as well, boys. Keep smashing the like button for me. Keep tapping that screen. Our goal is 40,000 likes today for the watch along. Keep tapping the screen for me. Gets more people into the chat. Great to see. Mighty Lines is in from Melbourne. Says, "Good evening." You're more than welcome, man. Thanks for joining us. And Moss says, "Another day of no Shaw, Maguire, McTominay next." We're nearly there. One more to go. Reggie says 5-0 today. Daniel says score prediction 2-0 I'm going with. Let me know your score predictions in the chat, guys. Get your score predictions in. Let me know what you're thinking. Southampton versus Manchester United. Sully says, "I'd say poor Maguire is snapping. I've no bad blood towards him, like some fans abuse him, but he's awful, I think." Yeah, look, I agree. And look, I'm never going to have any, personal vendetta against a Manchester United player. We just have to call it like we see it. If a player is not playing well, you just you call it out, and if a player is playing well, then you praise them, so let's see. JJ is saying 4-2 to Southampton. Darren says 3-1 United. 2-0 to Southampton, says Seb. Gluck says 2-0 United. 3-1 Southampton, says Paul. Blake says 2-0 United. So look, yeah, 3-1 United, says the Givenchy. 3-0 Man United there as well. So look, there's plenty of variety in the chat there. It's going to be an interesting game. It really is going to be an interesting game. Let's see what happens. Mighty Lion says, "It's like winning the lottery with Maguire sitting out 3-1 United." Happy days. If they play the same as the other night, we'll walk them off the pitch, says User. Yeah, look, I think so. But again, can we go and do that? That's the thing. I hope we can, and let's hope we can do it. But sometimes these kind of games are harder, if that makes sense, than a Liverpool game. Not in terms of quality for Liverpool or Southampton, but in terms of, it's easy to get up for a game like Liverpool at home, big rivals, all of that kind of stuff. These kind of games, when you're going away from home, you're expected to win. You're going to have more of the ball. Teams are going to sit in. It can be a lot tougher. Red Nation says, "Right decision by the manager, same team that did the business against that lot." Yeah, I agree, man. Absolutely. Evan says, "United won, decent game. Thinking they're going to hammer Southampton. 2-1 Southampton." All right, okay. User says, "True, but it's all about the player's perception. Shouldn't change from team to team." Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely, User. I agree with you there, 100%. But historically, we've seen this group of players be so inconsistent, so let's see what happens. Reggie says, "Where can we watch the game?" I'm not sure. I'm watching it on BT Sports, guys, so I'm not sure if anyone else knows if there is any other place you can watch it. People can put it into the chat there. Thoughts on Ronaldo? Look, I'm all behind the manager. If the manager decides to play him, I'm for it. But other than that, De Jong to Liverpool, thoughts? Look, I don't know really. It looks like he's going to take a pay cut at Barcelona because he wants to stay there. If he doesn't want to move to Manchester, he's not going to want to move to Liverpool. Not in relation to the teams, I mean in relation to the city and leaving Barcelona. So I'd be surprised. Aaron says, thoughts on De Gea long term? I don't think he'll be the long term option for Ten Hag. I really don't. I think once we can get other areas of the pitch, improved and strengthened, I think we'll be looking at going for a goalkeeper. I do think so. Sully says, "I think we could pop into the top 4 or 5. Front Row Sports is good for it." And Thomas says, "Sadly, no return of Ten Hag in Eindhoven and the return of Rude in Manchester would have been a nice draw. Now we got to go to PSV. Arsenal," says Thomas. Yeah, well, Arsenal and PSV will be a good game. United and Real Sociedad will be a good game as well. So I'm going to be going to that game in Old Trafford as well. I have tickets for it, so happy days. Twigs is in and says, "Oh dear Christ, I just woken up." Right, game. Teams are just about to come out. Let me grab me water real quick, guys. Talk amongst yourselves for a second. Right, we're back. We're back. We're back. Sully OG says Kilkenny man here. Good to see you, Sully, on the Cats. Bye. Let's see who else is in here. Twigs is in. Good to see you, man. Darren is in and says, hi, mate. I'm from Limerick. Liam wanted to say hi. Fuck off. What's your thoughts on who will we bring in by the end of next week? It's going to be an interesting transfer window, guys. The last week of the transfer window for Manchester United, I think it's going to be a bit scatterbrained, to be honest. Manchester United have been a bit erratic in the transfer window. Well, a bit is probably an understatement. So, but look, I'm doing. I'm going to be going live for transfer deadline day. I'm going to go live about maybe 3 or 4 o'clock. So I'll be live for about 6 or 7 hours throughout the whole day. So make sure you're subscribing and following and all of that. We're going to be going live on YouTube and TikTok and all that kind of stuff as well. So, yeah. All good, bud. You having a few beers for it? No, I'm not going to be drinking for this now, but I'm going to Liam Gallagher tonight in Dublin. So as soon as the game is over, I have my bags packed and ready to go. I'm out the door. So I'll have a few beers for that. Twigs is from Kerry. Good to see you, man. Favourite Oasis song? Oh, Cigarettes and Alcohol. Fucking great song. Or Rock and Roll Star, one or the other. And they're both getting played tonight. Liam Gallagher's doing them tonight at the concert. I've seen his set list, so can't wait for it. Only back home from a mad night in town last night, but head wrecked. Well, look, sit in, put the feet up, man. Let's see what happens. Graham is in as well. Good to see you, Graham. Score prediction. I'm going 2-0 to United. As well, guys, like I said, anyone watching on TikTok, we're just about to kick off here. Anyone watching on TikTok, if you want the full experience, you can click on the link on my homepage. We're live on YouTube as well. We have the scoreboard, the timer, starting 11 on the screen, ticker tape, all of that good kind of stuff. And you have better chance of getting your comments read out over on YouTube as well, because it tends to be a lot quieter. So head over to the YouTube channel, like I said, link on the homepage, hit the subscribe button, and then you can leave a comment in the chat. Chris is in. Good to see you, man. Aaron says they're signing Glazers out, or they're singing Glazers out. Absolutely. Darren says, are we selling any of the trash left from last season? I don't know, man. And it just goes to, and that again just goes to show the incompetency of the board, really. That not only have we struggled to get, our top signings in, we've struggled to fucking shift players out of the club as well, which is disappointing. Twig's favourite is Supersonic. Katie is in. Good to see you, Katie. I know you're probably saying no. Can you do a watch along with United ladies? Well, I certainly will, Katie. If you want me to do that, absolutely. Let me know when games are on, or I keep an eye when the games are on. If there's a United Liverpool ladies game, absolutely, I'd be happy to do that. No problem at all. Sully says, stop crying your heart out all day long. Good Oasis tune as well. Irish lad says, score prediction, Jack, 2-0. Irish lad, good to see you, man. Thanks for joining. Minute to go. Yeah, we're ready to rock, guys. Ready to rock. So we are. Make sure you smash a like on the video as well, guys. Nearly 400 people in on TikTok as well. Keep tapping the screen for me. Let's get them likes up. We're going for 40,000 likes before the end of the game. It helps the channel out an awful lot. Make sure you follow as well, guys. We do daily Manchester United content as well. So make sure you hit the follow button. Champagne Supernova, says Chris. Paul says Celtic versus Real Madrid would be some atmosphere that night. Oh yeah, it'd be unbelievable. Unbelievable. You're welcome, Katie. No problem at all. Everything Footy says I'm going 2-1 Manchester United. We're getting ready to go, guys. Let's get the timer up and running here, ready to go, and we're off. We are off. And the United fans are in full voice already. Let me get this timer up and running here. I follow John here on TikTok, says Paul. Appreciate it, Paul. Thanks a lot, man. Come on, United, says Party Pooper. He's in the building, lads. He's back again. Good to see so many people in. But game, Man United playing right to left. Early throw here for Southampton down in Manchester United's corner. And it looks like they're going, I mean, here we go with set pieces. We mentioned set pieces, and we can already see they're going for a big, long throw in here. You know, and we said that about set pieces. Ball thrown into the box here. McTominay with the header. Southampton do keep possession here on the edge of the box. Cross comes into the box, but an easy save there for De Gea. So look, we could see early on there, you know, Southampton are looking for set pieces early doors here. And Anthony Elanga gets shoved out over the sideline. So look, I mean, Southampton are going to be well up for this game, guys. But even already you can see they're trying to slow the game down as much as possible. And there's only 90 seconds gone, you know. So, I mean, it's interesting. It's interesting here. But United in possession here with Martinez at the back. But again, and we can see here that Southampton are playing a high press. They're pressing Manchester United high up the pitch. 3 players. And United eventually do go along and give the ball away. All the way to the Southampton goalkeeper. But they're playing the ball along here again. And Martinez does really well there up against Che Adams. Wins a header. That'll be good for his confidence there now as well. To get the first header in. And get it won. Let's see. Graham says Southampton are muck, hoping we stick 3 or 4 past them. Well, hopefully, Graham. Katie says, I'm not sure I like this top. Pitch looks terrible. It does look terrible, to be honest, Chris, yeah. Maybe that's tactics out of Southampton either. You wouldn't know. United coming forward here now with Sancho down the left-hand side. Switches the ball all the way to the right to Bruno, who gets it wide to Delors. United in a good position now on the edge of Southampton's box, just playing the ball around. Comes wide to Delors again. And United are pressing up very high. I mean, we can see that, and it's something that we seen last week against Liverpool, that our centre-backs are pushing in nearly into midfield. One of them are doing it all the time. And we've seen Varane there do it. Nearly backing up the play, stepping into the middle, into the midfield to back up the play, to give us that out ball if we do need to go back, which is good to see. You know, confidence to get on the ball. But, you know, you'd be hoping Manchester United can get an early goal here. Paul says, hope Bazunu does well being Irish. Yeah, look, I hope he does well. I hope he concedes 4 or 5 though, but has a good game. But yeah, look, United in possession here again. And look, you'd be expecting United to have the lion's share of possession. Sully says the fair green looks better. It certainly does. Long ball in over the top now, and Bazunu comes out of his goal outside the box and heads the ball out for a throw. But again, United are looking like that a lot more. They're looking a lot more direct. You can see them long balls. And it's not necessarily mean that we're a long ball team or anything like that, but there's nothing wrong with a long ball if it's on and going direct like that. Why is McMuffin starting? He must have incriminating photos of someone, says Chris. Well, look, I think it would be harsh. Not that it'd be harsh, but I wasn't overly surprised, given how well everybody played against Liverpool last week, that there was no changes, you know. So it was always kind of on the cards, really, wasn't it? Dylan says, I don't have the channel and I can't watch the game. Well, look, stick with us, Dylan. We'll let you know. We'll keep you up to date all the time, man. You're more than welcome, pal. Dara says, long ball suits Rashford, to be honest. Very wasteful when the ball is played to his feet. Yeah, I think so. Especially with the pace that we have in the top 3, you know. It does make sense to go direct when we can. Armstrong does really well there. And Malacia does very well to recover. The Manchester United, they do very well to come out. And we have numbers forward here now. Bruno Fernandes coming up through the middle. We have runners right, left. Bruno tries to play the kind of... Again, this is the Bruno Fernandes thing. Tries to be too clever when an easy ball was kind of on out to the right. Let's see. Graham says, think McTominay is to add some height defending set pieces. I think so, Graham. And I did mention it in my match preview video that I think if McTominay was to play, it would be for that reason alone. Southampton are renowned for their set pieces, you know, obviously with Ward-Prowse. And we seen early on, even with the throw, first 60 seconds in Manchester United's corner, that they went for a big long throw into the box. So I think for that reason alone is why we'll see the likes of McTominay starting probably more games than we would expect, you know. Sully says, praying Rashford gets that spark back this season. What a player. He is on form. Yeah, I think so. And, you know, I think the goal against Liverpool obviously will do him no harm. Hopefully he can build his confidence a bit. But look, we have to remember as well, like Rashford, right, okay, he had a very bad season last season. He was basically playing with a broken back, you know. Now, look, I'm not making excuses for anybody. His performances were atrocious. But, Bruno goes for a long chip. But, yeah, so look, hopefully now that he's fully fit, he's had a good pre-season under his belt, that, you know, he can have a decent season and get some of his confidence back, you know. When do you think McTominay will get his signature foul and yellow he didn't need to get? Give it maybe 20 minutes, I'd say. Graham says, think the Frankie de Jong deal will get done. It's looking less likely now, to be honest. Look, I'm not going to write anything off. I still think Manchester United will potentially go back in for him. But whether we get him or not is another thing. I mean, you know, there is reports now that he's probably more open to taking a pay cut. But look, we'll see what happens. You know, 5 days to go in the transfer window. It's going to be interesting to see. United, again, look, like we said, guys, United with the vast majority of possession here in the first 8 minutes or so. Elanga taking on the fullbacks there. Doesn't win a foul. Looks for it, but doesn't get it. And Southampton now coming on the break up the right-hand side with Walker-Peters. United do have numbers back. Malacia does really well. He's such a good player. He's such a good player, you have to say. He gives the ball away. Commentator's curse. Here's Joe Aribo now, and it's a goal kick. It's a goal kick. We got lucky there. Just as I said, Malacia is a good player and he's having a good game. He gives the ball away right on the edge of the box. But Malacia does really well, you know, to win his tackle. You know, is composed on the ball a little bit too much, and just passes the ball straight in. But United do well to see off the attack. Katie says the green top matches the pitch. It certainly does. What part of Ireland has a last name like that? I don't get that, Chris. Sorry, man. Bazunu. Sorry. Well, a lot of players like Bazunu now. Probably his parents are not from Ireland, but would have moved to Ireland and things like that. You know, during, say, you know, the Celtic Tiger, the boom era, and all of that kind of stuff. So I'm sure he was born and raised in Ireland, and you know, so decent block there by United, and Sancho breaks away up the left hand side here. And Ward-Prowse is tracking him all the way, but he does really, really well. Leaves him for dirt. Lovely bit of skill. And just takes the pressure off his defence, slows the game down, which is good. McTominay on the ball now. Bruno, Ericsson, gets it wide to Delors. Delors does well. Delors, why did you hit it high? All he had to do was drill it low. There was bodies in the box, but he overhits everybody with the cross, and it goes for a throw out the far side. United do really well there on the counter-attack, and they're patient. You can see what he's trying to do. Bruno Fernandes makes a run to the front post, but all he needs to do is play it on the ground, and Bruno could have had a tap in. You can see it kind of maybe bobbled up on him just before he went across, but good play by United, you'd have to say. Thomas says, small chance that Anthony will leave after throwing his current club under the bus. Well, look, to be honest with you, a lot of these players now you see that are digging their heels in, and I mean, there's a lot of player power now. Look at Fofana, for example, for Leicester. You know, Leicester for a couple of weeks were steadfast there that, look, we're not letting you go, absolutely not. And then he's kind of gone on strike nearly and says, I don't want to play, and this and that and the other. And eventually the club will go, look, we'll take the money, and it gets done, you know. So look, it's interesting. We would probably just panic by Fellaini on deadline day again. Jesus Christ, Twigs, don't be saying that. Chris says about Bazunu. Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, I don't know. I mean, I think Bazunu's a good player, and Ireland do have a couple of good players. The likes of Queeveen Kelleher, you know, a very good goalkeeper there for Liverpool now as well. So we certainly do have good options in goal for the next 10 or 15 years, you would say, with these young goalkeepers coming through. So Southampton in a bit of possession here now as well. 12 minutes gone. United have had the most of it, you'd have to say, but when Southampton are on it, they're looking confident. They're trying to, link up. Look, they're tending to go wide an awful lot with it. Cross into the box here now, and Varane does very well. He got a slight touch on it, and Armstrong, it just kind of puts Armstrong off a little bit, and the header just trickles into De Gea's hands. But look, I mean, it just goes to show that, these crosses into the box are basically what Southampton are going to be looking for, and United do need to be on their toes. They really do. Great to see so many people in, guys, as well on TikTok here as well. Keep smashing the like button for us. Our aim is 40,000 likes. We're closing in on 10,000 there as well, so keep tapping the screen for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot. And like I said, anyone watching on YouTube, if you haven't already done so, please take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me, and subscribe as well. Helps out the channel an awful lot. Clearance there now by Manchester United, but let's see what people are saying here. Sully says, have a feeling this is Varane's year. Well, hope so. If he can stay injury free, I think so. Top Secret, thanks for the gift on TikTok. Really appreciate it. Twig says, Newcastle are after doing fantastic business. They just signed Isaac. Yeah, they have. And look, be under no illusions, Newcastle are coming in the next few years. They really are. And everyone's going to have to take note. They really are. Thomas says, the pie is better on the left wing. And Chris says, the low needs to be tighter to Adams there. But Top Secret again, thanks for the gifts, really appreciate it. VAR looking to send looking at sending off for Fabian Barthez. Foley says Isle Castle. Well, look, they get their money one way or another. Southampton now down the left hand side again, cross into the box. Martinez does really well to head it away, but Southampton now Ward-Prowse with the ball into the box again, and Varane with a header away. And Southampton maintain possession again here. So United just have their backs to the wall a little bit here. And look, like we said, this was always going to happen for stages throughout the game. And Ten Hag is pointing and getting his points across on the end line. But look, we just have to weather the storm here. You can't have everything your own way for 90 minutes. So we just have to stay compact. Southampton now coming down the left-hand side here again. United do well there to clear their lines, and Bruno Fernandes. But see, again, look, we're giving the ball away. We're giving the ball away an awful lot. You got lucky there was a handball, but we just need to be a bit more composed on the ball. We're a bit rash once we get it. Chris says, how far away are you from Cork? About a 2-hour drive, Chris. I went to college in Cork. Katie says, Southampton had so many chances so far, a bit worrying. Well, look, they're kind of half chances more than that and just crosses into the box. It's going to be a day for aerial battles, you'd have to say. But so far, look, Varane and Martinez have dealt with him quite well. Stevie says, how do United get back to the top half of the table to compete with City? To the top half of the table to compete with City. It's going to be a slow process, Stevie. It really is. I think we have to give Ten Hag time. The board need to back him, get the players in that he wants in. And look, if they do that, we'll have a chance. But as Manchester United fans, we do have to be patient. We really do have to be patient. It's going to be a 3 or 4 year plan. Great ball by Eriksen out to the right hand side to Elanga. Cuts inside. Gets it across to Sancho. Just loses it. A bit of a loose pass by Elanga, you'd have to say. But United do break with pace, which is good to see. Twig says, I genuinely can't see us scoring. Sam says, do you think Glazer's out? Oh, absolutely Glazer's out. Ginger King says, opinion on Anthony. Look, I don't think United should be paying more than 90 million for him. I really don't. I think we should go for someone cheaper like Gakpo and use the additional funds for maybe a number 9, I think it's too much money to be paying for an Eredivisie player. What minute of the game are we on? So we're just after going on to 17 minutes. Not enough credit to smaller clubs in the league. They are getting a lot better year on year. No walkovers. Absolutely, I agree. It's and that's why it's the best league in the world, really. And a lot of managers that come in do say the same thing. I couldn't get over how hard it is to beat the lower or the bottom half teams. It's just every team is a competitive game. So, I mean, that's all down to the players, to the managers that are coaching there. Look, and a lot has to be said as well about the money coming into the game as well in the league. So, Paul, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it, man. So, yeah, but look, that's why it's the best league in the world. It's why we love watching it, United are kind of struggling a bit to hold the ball up top. And I think it's kind of a game that you can see nearly already that would suit the likes of a Martial. Dylan, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it. It's kind of a game that you would expect the likes of Martial to do well in. Ball into his feet, does really well to hold it up. Rashford seems to be dropping out a little bit as a false 9 and letting the likes of Elanga and Sancho cut inside. So, but United are coming down the right hand side here now with Delo. Plays it out to Elanga. Little 1-2. Delo with a cross into the box now. Header by Bruno, and he completely missed it. Oh, and Elanga, get into it. Oh, handball ref. Eriksen. Oh, how many blocks do you need to do? Southampton are at 6s and 7s at the back there. How do we not score there? But Bruno gets in again and we win a corner. Oh my God, how do we not score there? Bazunu just absolutely puts an extra 10 million onto his worth. Lovely ball in by Delo, and Bruno, lovely block there. Bazunu gets a clearance on it, and another block by Walker Peters on Bruno Fernandes. 3 or 4 blocks in a row there. Oh, Eriksen has to score. He has the goal at his mercy and just hits it straight down the line, and it was an easy block. Bazunu makes a great save, you have to say. Corner now to Manchester United, but United should be 1-0 up there, really should be. Oh yeah, there was 4 opportunities for goals there, but a corner now by Eriksen into the box. Header, just lands and falls into Bazunu's hands. United really should be 1-0 up there, but you have to credit Southampton there. Eriksen should really score. He has an open goal really that he can aim at, and just hits the ball down the middle where the defender and the goalkeeper are, and Southampton get a block in. Should be 1-0 to Manchester United. Really should be. How many saves there, says Katie? Yeah, Chris says it has to be 1-0. Becky says the game is still early. They need to start taking a bit of a character starts to show. Yeah, look, absolutely. But look, you'll be hoping now United can kick on from here. Scott McTominay gives the ball away again in the middle. But yeah, United really should be 1-0 up there, you'd have to say. Southampton on the ball now, coming forward. I have to say I've been impressed with the runners off. They're making quite good runs. Here's Walker Peters now, gets to the end line. Martinez stands him up very well. Does very well, Martinez. And Sancho's going to come away with the ball. Oh, it gives it away. Poor ball. And Malacia makes a great tackle, and Southampton with a throw down in Manchester United's. And Malacia, I mean, look, he's only there a few games. He's already given out to lads, and it's good to see, So we can see, look, Southampton slowing the game down here again. They're going to get the big man out to make the throw, a long ball into the box, and this is their game plan, you'd have to say. So United really do have to be on their toes here. Chris says maybe we should buy Bazunu as backup. Yeah, well, look, he went to Southampton because he didn't want to be a backup. So long throw into the box here now again. Flick on. Bruno Fernandes clears it to the edge. And Southampton retain possession on the edge of the box. Another cross in. Oh, and it goes all the way through and goes out for a goal kick. Martinez goes up and wins the header, but I think he actually just lets it go. I think he read his surroundings quite well and just kind of let the ball go for a goal kick. Party Pooper says someone of Eriksen's quality should be scoring that. Yeah, he really should. He'd be disappointed with himself, you'd have to say. Keep smashing the like buttons for us as well, guys, if you haven't already done so. We're trying to get to 40,000 likes on TikTok. We're on 12,000 already, so thanks to everyone who's doing it. Make sure you hit the follow button as well if you haven't already done so. Daily Manchester United content, all of the watch-alongs throughout the season as well. Irish Potato says, your accent is Kildare maybe. Start a League of Ireland team in Kildare. You have the population. No, I'm from Kilkenny. So... but yeah, United in possession here now again. We do look comfortable in possession, I have to say. We've been giving the ball away once or twice, maybe a little bit sloppy. That's something that we could improve on. But all in all, United have done well when they've been in possession. Should be 1-0 up. We really should be 1-0 up. And I think we would deserve it on the way the game has gone, on the chances we've created. It's just unlucky we didn't really finish the chance we had. Sancho now on the left-hand side. He's doing quite well, Sancho, I have to say. He's linking up well. McTominay now. Get it all the way wide to Sancho again. Malacia is going to go on the overlap. Gets to Eriksen on the end line, and United win a corner again. We're doing well down that left-hand side, you have to say. Kilkenny City AFC says Lasty. Yeah, Kilkenny. I remember you going out. I actually played for Kilkenny City under 21s in the league, under 21 League of Ireland years ago. But yeah, I remember used to going out to Buckley Park watching all the Kilkenny City games when I was younger. Eriksen now with the corner into the box. Cleared by... Yeah, and it's cleared. Bruno Fernandes comes to him, and United win a throw on the far side. So, I mean, Southampton are not going to be easy when it comes to these kind of corners. They have big men. They're well able to defend set pieces, I'd love Bruno to score a goal or two, or even get him assists as Party Pooper. Yeah, look, it'd be good for him. Look, I think he deserves it. On the back of the Liverpool game, he actually is playing quite well today as well, you'd have to say. Here's Eriksen now. Bit loose of a pass, but it comes back out to Malacia. Or Malacia. Yeah, I think it's Malacia. Sorry, I've been calling him Malacia, but we'll try and say Malacia. Jack says, have you seen All or Not in Arsenal? I saw a small bit of it. I'm not really interested in it, to be honest. I've seen some of the highlights of it, alright, but yup, Ballyragged says Poohead. Go on, Ballyragged. I know a few lads from Ballyragged. The Hickeys. Paul, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it there on TikTok, man. Thanks a lot. How are we playing, guys? I don't have BT Sports, says Seamus. We're actually playing quite well. Look, I mean, Southampton are well in the game as well. They've had a couple of chances. They're looking for a lot of crosses into the box. But United had a really good opportunity with Eriksen on the 6-yard box. Went for a shot and it was blocked. Really should have scored. United should be 1-0 up. But all in all, United have been doing quite well, you'd have to say. But yeah, great to see so many people in, guys. Keep the likes and the subscribes and the follows coming. Get your thoughts and comments into the chat as well. Like I say, guys, anyone on TikTok, if you do want the full experience, head over to the YouTube channel. Link is on my homepage. We've got the full experience over there. We have the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11 is on the screen as well. It's a lot quieter in the chat, so you'll get your chats. Your comments read out a lot easier in the chat over there as well. Click on the link on the homepage, head over to the YouTube channel, hit subscribe, and get your comments into the chat. Chris says, Casemiro needs to come in. McMuffin is non-existent. Yeah. Look, I think we'll see him at some stage, I have to say. Malacia is playing well, guys, I have to say. In and out of possession, I think he's doing very well. He's linking up quite well up the left-hand side also with Sancho. And he's defending quite well as well. But, yeah. Come on, United, says Paul. Absolutely, Paul. Irish Potato says, if Leeds win today, they're top until 7:30 p.m. Leeds. Bazunu now with a goal kick, or with a free kick out of his own half, but United win the ball, yeah, with Sancho. Goes for a throw to Southampton. Who's better, Reece James or Trent, says Dylan. Paul, again, thanks for the gift. So, Dylan, I would go with Reece James, and this is not an anti-Liverpool thing. I just think both of them are exceptional going forward. They both have brilliant deliveries on them. I just think Reece James is a better defender. I think that's why he edges it for me. And I think maybe that's why Trent has struggled to get into the England team, for that reason alone, you know. Southampton now with a Rebo coming down the right-hand side. Gets it back to Ward-Prowse. This is going to be delivered, yeah, but McTominay with a header away. Bruno, you have to be getting up and winning them headers. Southampton maintain possession now on the edge of United's box. Here's a Rebo again. And a cross coming into the box again. Back post. Che Adams is up there. And a header onto the roof of the net. And that's what Southampton are looking for. You know, they really are. Chris says, I have to say Reece, or I have to say Jesse Marsh is doing well at Leeds. He certainly is, absolutely. And N Fitz says, are Man United really going for Aubameyang? Thoughts? I hope not. I really hope not. Let's go and get a 19 or a 20-year-old young lad that's, you know, trying to make a name for himself, you know, and develop him. You know, this whole trying to sign young players is what, you know, we've been told United are going to be trying to do. So going out and getting a 33-year-old Aubameyang from Barcelona and the baggage that he brings with him, I don't think is the way to go. I really don't. David says, come on, lads. Needs to get some consistency going. And I'm only down the road from you here in Carlow. Good to see you, David. Thanks for joining, man. Southampton have numbers now, breaking down the left-hand side. Ball is switched, but Martinez is well placed and gets the clearance away. Bruno, you have to be better there. Bruno hasn't been winning his 50-50s. Kyle Walker-Peters with a ball into the box, and again Martinez is well placed to clear for a corner. And that's the danger with Southampton on the counter-attack. Bruno has to be better with his 50-50s. Ward-Prowse is after beating, Ward-Prowse is after beating him for 4 or 5 50-50s coming down out of the air. And Ward-Prowse is not a bigger man by any stretch of the imagination, so Bruno does have to be bigger and stronger there. He'll go to Chelsea, says Katie. What would be a typical United? That would be a typical United signing, says Sully. Corner going to be coming in here now for Southampton. Just ticked over the 30 minutes there now as well, guys, so half an hour gone. Cross coming in from Ward-Prowse here. Oh, comes to the back post. Who's there? Oh, they should score. Comes all the way to the back post. Who was it? I'm not sure who it was, but takes the first touch and blazes the ball over the bar. United get lucky there. And we're ball watching, not following our men. Oh, he has to score. He has to score. Takes the first touch, but the ball won't come down from quick enough, and he has to get to it before he's closed down. Blazes it over the bar. United get lucky. Aaron says he's from Carlow too. Good to see you, Aaron. Martin is very, very calm stepping out. Long ball goes all the way back, but Southampton are going to break down the right hand side here now. Delo has to be getting back quicker. He's caught very high up the field. Ball comes in. Oh, strike straight down the throat to David De Gea by Che Adams. Dangerous by Southampton. And United have to be very careful here, lads. They really do have to be very careful here. Delo's slow to get back behind the ball, you'd have to say. Martinez just stands up Che Adams. He gets a first touch, but he spins and gets his shot away. And only for it's down the throat of De Gea. I mean, Rashford, that's not good enough. Trying your back heels and you're getting smothered out. And we keep giving the ball away. We can't hold the ball up front. Our top three just cannot hold. The only one that can hold the ball up really that's doing well is Sancho. Anytime it goes down the middle or goes out to the right hand side, Elanga and Rashford are struggling to get on the ball. They really are. So here's Sancho coming now up the left hand side, but he has no support. Where is everybody? He does really well with a bit of skill, but look, he still has no one. Where is everyone? He has no support. He's running into, and he's given out there, and he's dead right. He's running into a dead end with no support. Everyone is 30 yards behind him. You know, and there you go. I mean, the intensity levels that we had against Liverpool, it's clear to see we don't have here today. Ball all the way back to De Gea, and he just clears his lines. But again, look, ball coming through to Bruno Fernandes, non-existent with a challenge. But United do come away with it with Malacia. We're getting joy down the left hand side with Malacia and Sancho, but we're non-existent really in relation to going up the right hand side or up through the middle. Offside flag was going to come up, but Sancho does well to leave it, and Rashford picks the ball up, gets it back to Malacia, but we have no one really in the box. Rashford is drifting wide, and Eriksen tries a little fizzer into the box, but it's a bit close to the goalkeeper. Look, it's kind of frustrating when the likes of Rashford does drift out into the middle to get on the ball, or drifts wide. We then have nobody in the box if we're looking to get a ball in there, so... Keep smashing the like button for us, guys, if you haven't already done so. It helps the channel out an awful lot. We're trying to go for 40,000 likes on TikTok as well. Keep tapping that screen for me. Really helps the channel out a lot. And hit the follow and subscribe button as well if you haven't already done so. But yeah. Kygel, thanks for the subscribe on YouTube as well. Appreciate it, man. We get the notifications here. Great to see so many people in, guys. Keep the comments coming. We'll try and get through a few of them here. Katie says they're all asleep and need some more red ball. Thomas says defence and attack are decent at the moment. Midfield is missing the focus. Yeah, I think so. Enter Casemiro. Think it's time to get it done. Sully says surely Casemiro will be on at half time, hopefully. And Fitz says, are there any number 9s at United that could realistically go for without spending huge on Osimhen? I mean, it's interesting, you know. I mean, number 9s are in short supply, so you would be expecting, especially with such a short time left in the transfer window. You know, I think if we do get a number 9, we're going to have to pay big for him, you know. Katie says Casemiro and CR are warming up, and Twig says we are most likely to buy a short-term fix on ridiculous wages. So Elanga now gets to the end line here. He gets kind of bullied out of it, really, doesn't he? Dylan says they should have signed Sesko. Yeah, look, it is a shame we missed out on Sesko, but he's going from one Red Bull team to another, so it's hard to negotiate when, you know, you're going from basically the same owners own both teams, you know. We need a goal really here, don't we? We just need a goal just to kind of settle the nerves, you know, get the team up and going. I mean, if we could have got that goal from Ericsson, I think it would be a different game, absolutely. But you know, a goal can change an awful lot in terms of mentality and in terms of intensity. Bruno coming forward here now, gets the ball down the line to Elanga. Plays the ball back to Delo. Comes left to Malacia. Now comes to Ericsson. Oh, lovely ball in, and there you go. I mean, there's where Ronaldo would have a goal. Absolutely. Ericsson with a left-footed strike. Lovely ball in behind the defence and between the defence and the goalkeeper, right on the edge of the 6-yard box. No one really taking a chance, and Bruno was kind of half taking a chance, but that's where Ronaldo, you're just guaranteed goals with them kind of crosses for Ronaldo. You know, so Ericsson is playing well, I have to say. He's kind of drifting out left as well. Down our left-hand side, we're getting a lot of joy. Ericsson is drifting out left. He's linking up with the likes of Sancho and Malacia coming forward. Lovely ball again out of Ericsson. And Bazunu is very quick off his line outside his box to clear the ball. And ball is with Ward-Prowse here now on the halfway line. Southampton just kind of taking the sting out of the game again. Coming forward here with Walker-Peters. Plays a ball inside. Southampton do have numbers here. Oh, Martinez, Martinez gets away with it there. He lets the ball run off his shoulder and looks over his shoulder, but he didn't see Che Adams running off it. And Che Adams scuffs his shot, and David De Gea gets an easy save. You have to be a bit more alert than that, son. We're giving the ball away an awful lot the last few minutes now as well, and you know, Southampton. I mean, let's have a look here at. At possession stats. United have 57% possession, but Southampton are growing into the game, you'd have to say, and they've had spells. Craig says, can't stand this kit. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of it either, I have to say. But again, it's just Southampton having red and white. It has to be worn. Chris says, why not give McNeil his first team football? Look, I don't know if he's quite ready yet. It's a lot of weight on a guy's shoulders to be playing number 9, given he's so young. Look, I certainly do think he has the potential. I'd be more inclined... Paul, thanks for the gift. I'd be more inclined to be bringing him in for maybe Europa League games and things like that. Fitz says, Bazunu is such an impressive keeper for his age. So glad we have him for Ireland. Yeah, absolutely, man. Twig says, I don't know to like the kit or hate it. I'm not fond of it. It's not bad. Look, I've seen worse, but it's certainly not the nicest colour in the world. You know, I think we should have gone for a black kit. You know, all black. I love that black kit. The one when Roy Keane and Ronaldo and Rooney and all that time. I think it was 2004. I think it was a brilliant kit. Craigie boy, thanks for the gifts on TikTok. Really appreciate it, man. Keep them likes coming, guys. We're nearly at 20,000 likes. Great to see. McTominay gives the ball away, and what happens? Gives away a free kick. All he's missing is the yellow card. He doesn't give the ball away. He gets nutmegged. He gets absolutely sent for a bag of chips. So he does. Craig says, I agree. Love the black kit. Yeah, it was lovely. Sharp view cam. Black kit was lovely. Yeah, back in the 90s, the black one was lovely. I've liked all the black ones we've had, I have to say. The black one in the 90s was good, and then the one in the 2000s was lovely as well. Party Pooper says, energy levels don't look the same as they were against Liverpool. Yeah, and that's what I said before the game. I said, these players have to get themselves up and going in a different way, because it's easy to do it against the Liverpool. Free kick in now. Martinez does well with a header away. Cleared away by Malacia. Comes all the way back to David De Gea. Irish lad, thanks for the gift, man. Really appreciate it. When is the international, says Aaron? I'm not quite sure, actually. Maybe someone will put it into the chat there when the internationals are coming up. They're probably not too far away. In September sometime, I'd say. Chris says, send for a bag of chips. Do you not mean crisps? No, we call fries chips in Ireland. And we call chips and we crisps. You know, so just a bit of misunderstanding. So yeah, a bag of chips is a bag of French fries. And then a bag of crisps is a bag of chips. I'm after fucking confusing myself there. Jesus Christ. But yeah. Show the damn game, says Two Gringos. I won't. Go and watch the damn game somewhere else. This is a watch-along, my friend. We call them Tatos, says users. Absolutely. A bag of Tatos. Bag of Tatos. Sure, we invented them, so we get to name them, says user. Absolutely. We did invent them. Well, we call crisps Tatos, to be fair. We do. We call them Tatos. Bag of Tatos. Can I have a bag of Tatos? A Tato sandwich. You cannot... It's the nicest thing on the face of the planet. A Tato sandwich. So 2 slices of Brennan's bread, dairy gold butter on either side, and a bag of Tatos in the middle, and just turn them over and crunch them. And, oh, Jesus Christ. I think I'll go and make one at half time. I'm salivating here thinking of that. Prawn cocktail Tatos are the best, says Dylan. Wouldn't be a big fan of the prawn cocktails now. Just give me plain cheese and onion. I'm happy. But you know what I do like? I like a bag of hula hoops. The green ones, the cheese and onion hula hoops, not the red original. I like the cheese and onion. They're hard to get. You can only get them in the multi-pack. Twig says Tato sandwiches are gourmet cuisine. They absolutely are. Top of the line. Absolutely top of the line. It fits. I am gonna absolutely block you out of this chat if you ever say that King Crisps are the best. Absolutely no way. Tatos all the way. Here's Sancho now into the box. Malacia squares a ball to Elanga. Comes to Rashford with a strike. Southampton with a good block again. Oh, that's a free surely, ref. Yeah. McTominay wins a good free on the edge of the box now. So an opportunity here. But yeah, King Crisps. Nah, man. Can't be having King Crisps. No way. Buffalo Hunky Dories. Lads, just plain cheese and onion. Tato plain cheese and onion. Just can't be beaten. Just cannot be beaten. What the hell is hula hoop, says Chris. They're the little circular crisps. I love a bag of beef hula. Oh yeah, the barbecue beef hula hoops are amazing as well. They really are. Really are. Do you know what I do love as well? A big share packet of Tato cheese and onions and a share packet of Cadbury buttons, the large Cadbury buttons, and put one into the other. Oh, boys! It's unbelievable. Stop now, you're fucking getting starving here now, and I have to do this till 2:30. I won't be able to go out and get something to eat. So free kick on the edge of the box. It looks like it's going to be Bruno Fernandes here. Just hit the target now, Bruno. Don't sky it over the bar. Be a lovely time to get a goal as well, just before half time. Bruno now with the free. Oh, it looked like it was going to be on target, but the wall does very well. It jumps and blocks, so it's a throw to Manchester United. Everything Footy says yes, and Twig says Tatos and King are made by the same group of lads. Well, you'd think they'd both be nice then. King are just muck. Half time, no added time, so 0-0 at half time, guys. And look, Ten Hag will have a bit to say, I think. It's been a sequence of blocks by Southampton, you'd have to say, and a couple of good saves by Bazunu. United really should be 1, if not 2-0 up. Only for, very good defending and stuff like that in Southampton. But look, I think if United can up their game slightly, I mean, if we had Martial, I'd be bringing him on. Do you know what I do now? What I would do now is I would probably take Elanga off. He's not getting much joy, and I'd give Garnacho his go. Bring him in on the right hand side, you know, and let him take on players. So let's see what happens though. Great to see so many people in as well, guys. Please smash a like on the video. We have nearly 80 people watching on YouTube and only 33 likes. So take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me if you haven't. It helps out the channel an awful lot. And keep hitting the like button on TikTok as well. We're nearly at 20,000 likes and we're aiming for 40,000. So keep tapping the screen for me. Really appreciate it. Right, we're getting into a big debate here about crisps. So Twig says, I tried a flavour of Hunky Dory's the other day. Paul, thanks for the gift. It was curry sauce flavour. Oh, no, man. I seen them. Potato curry. Fuck off. No way. It's been taken, all of these potato, you know, and crisps flavours are, you know, fucking kebab flavoured crisps and all. Nah, just go ahead. Don't be annoying me. Just give me a good bag of cheese and onion. You just can't beat it, you know. Someone is going to have to post a video on how to make a potato sandwich. You know what, Chris? I'd say it's probably on YouTube already. It's not hard. Get 2 slices of bread, spread a bit of butter on either side, and get a big bag of potato crisps, cheese and onion. Throw them in. Smash them together, crunch them down, and just make sure you're sitting down though, because your pants will just get destroyed in potatoes. And then, if you don't have anywhere to be, you can sit in front of the telly for the next hour, just pick the crumbs up and just throw away at them. I'm a pig of a man. Everton Footy says, is it okay if I got a shout out? I'm trying to start a channel where I talk about football, kind of like your channel. Absolutely, there you go. There's your shout out. Everything football. Anyone in this chat, go and give them a follow, guys. It's no problem here. I have no problems at all. You know, just because there's people watching here doesn't mean people can't subscribe to another channel. So make sure you go over and subscribe there as well, guys. Mark is in and says, I had them curry crisps, they were rotten. They're fucking stink. I tried them myself. They're absolutely muck. And Twigs enjoyed the curry ones. Let's see what we have here on TikTok. Great to see people in TikTok as well. And like I said, guys, anyone watching on TikTok, it's a lot easier to get your comments read out over on YouTube. If you want to click the link on my homepage here, we have the full experience, the home screen, the what am I trying to say here? The scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11, it's all on the homepage with the ticker tape on the bottom. So click the link on the homepage if you want to go over there. Chat is always a little quieter. You'll get your comments read out a lot easier over there as well. Thoughts on the first half, says Cottle. Look, not overly excited about it. We should be 1, if not 2-0 up, Cottle. Only for, you know, last-ditch defending by Southampton. But I think if we can up it in the second half, up the tempo, up the pace a little bit, I think we could come out with a victory. But we do have to stay solid at the back. You know, they've had a couple of chances as well, Southampton have. I thought we've, in a whole, we defended quite well as a team. But obviously they are going to have their chances, you know. So, did any of the taste of Fizzy-Cola crisps, potatoes? Absolutely, yeah. They stink. They're absolutely stink. Talking about a lad who likes a few sweets. Here's Paddy Carl into the chat now. There's a lad now that likes these fucking sweets. Paddy, you come in at the right time, man. P says, hope to see Casemiro and Ronnie at some stage in the second half, early, preferably. Yeah, absolutely, man. I hope. Look, I think we'll see him. I do think we'll see him. I think Casemiro potentially at half time for the likes of McTominay. You know, and if we're looking for a goal, Ronaldo's the man, really, ain't he? Paddy's laughing. Paddy loves an old jelly or two, so he does. Chris says, potatoes are yellow and red bag, cheese and onion. That's the ones, Chris. They're the ones. Get your hands on an old bag of them. They're absolutely unbelievable. Cottle says, Gavin Bazunu is a top keeper. Definitely a big future ahead of him. Yeah, absolutely. Chris says, need to get Ronaldo on. Party Pooper says, do you think subs should be made straight away? I'd make at least, I'd get Casemiro on now for McTominay, absolutely. Rashford Anonymous again, says Karen. Yeah, he's kind of drifting out, looking for linking up and things like that, but it's obviously not happening for him. Twigs just subscribed to Everything Footy there. Good to see. Hang on, I'm going to have some lunch. Be right back, no problem. Skittles on a chicken fillet roll, says Paddy. You dirty bastard. Fucking big share bag of Skittles, boy. No better man to bring him into a pub on a Sunday after a match and we trying to drink pints of ale. Fuck's sake. Martin says, we need Ronaldo on for Rashford and Casemiro for McSauce. I think so. Smitty says, Bazunu was class. Shame about team he's playing for. He was us last season. Yeah, look, I think he has a bright future ahead of him. I think, another year or two there'll be teams looking at him, absolutely. Michael says, poor for Man United. It was, but look, I can understand, if we do get one of them goals, then I think it's a different game. Manchester United ease into the game, bit more confidence, can come forward a lot more. And then the likes of Southampton have to step out, and then bang, there you go with your counter-attacks, So, 90k clubs, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it there, man. Really appreciate them gifts there. An awful lot. Thanks a lot to everyone sending gifts on TikTok, guys. Aaron says, is all your family United? Because mine is Liverpool. I'm the only United. Yeah, I'm all Manchester United. My granddad was. My dad is. I am. Even all my uncles and cousins and all are I have one cousin, she's a Liverpool fan. Big Liverpool fan. So, she's the black sheep of the family. Paul again, thanks for the gifts. Party Pooper says Ronaldo and Casemiro on, Elanga and Scott off. Yeah, I think so. Dylan, I'm about to get a toast and cheese sandwich. Can't beat a toasted ham and cheese. Cottle says Bazunu should come to United. Smitty says City have been clever with the Bazunu sale, with the buyback. Still believe he'll be a City player. Yeah, I mean, you need to put a buyback option into a player like him, absolutely. And Jim says Ronaldo on for Elanga, put Sancho on the right, Rashford on the left, Ronaldo up top, and Casemiro for McTominay. You hit the nail on the head, Jim. It's not a difficult game, really, is it? Absolutely, I agree with you. Young says we are lucky Southampton did not score. Overall, decent play, but we showed last match how good we can be. Absolutely. And Jamie says United can't break down these type of teams. There's no movement in the forward line. I tend to agree with you there. Chris says I see two different bags. Tato guy has a tato guy with a black hat on. I can get variety pack, cheese and onion, smoky bacon, and salt and vinegar. Yeah, best shout. Look for Skittle flavour, Chris. Oh, don't mind that Paddy Cal lad. He'll have no teeth left in his head. He'll be going around like Neddy Cashin, so he will in another couple of years. Shane Farrell says Martinez and Varane has to stay a centre-back partnership. Absolutely. Riley says, do you know any live streams I can use to watch on my phone? I don't, I'm afraid, Riley. Maybe someone in the chat can tell you. But yeah. Let me run to the toilet real quick, guys. I'm drinking loads of water. I'll be right back. Give me a second. Talk amongst yourselves there. Right, here we go. Anyone wondering what the potatoes are? That's them. So who's looking for them? Chris. There you go. There's the cheese and onion packet. They're the best potatoes on the face of the planet. You gotta hit it with maybe a little bit of a timeout wafer there as well. You know, unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. Yeah, now we're talking. Now we're talking. Brian Whelan, thanks for subscribing, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, now we're talking. You up the potato, says the brother. Timeout wafer, says Chris. Yeah. Timeout wafer, a bag of cheese and onion, potatoes. I mean, it's the simple things in life, really, isn't it? It really is. Simple things in life. Bag of cheese and onion. And a timeout wafer. I went to the gym this morning, so I'm alright. People looking for the score, so it's 0-0, guys. Sorry, now. I'm gonna open the door and let a bit of air in. Chris says, make a potato sandwich. I would make a potato sandwich, only it's just too messy. You know, so I'm just going to go with having a bag. I mean, look at them. I mean, look. Can't really see it on the green screen, but they're just gorgeous. They're just unreal. You know what I mean? Today's game, today's stream, United Community Channel, is unofficially sponsored by Potato Crisps. Get yours today in any newsagents or shop near you. United just made a €10 million bid for Depay, says Chris. I'm not surprised, Chris, to be quite honest with you. Let me check Twitter here. See, can we give you an update on it? Let's see. Let's just refresh here. As these potatoes are unbelievable, by the way. Lee says you're sitting in your bedroom. No, I'm sitting in my front room. In my house. That I have a mortgage on. And that I bought. So, you sitting in your bedroom? Let's see. I don't see any on Twitter at the moment, but could be right there. Let's see what happens. Mark says it's mad to think we bet Southampton 9-0 2 seasons ago. But see, the thing about it is with Southampton, I mean, Southampton can play really well for a long time, and then all of a sudden they go out and they get skivered like that. They've had a lot of results like that. That they've gone out and got absolutely hammered. And in fairness to the Southampton board, they've stuck with their manager through them games. You know? Sorry, lads. I mean, once you start eating a bag of potatoes, you can't stop. David says, what's my name? My name is Jack. Unbelievable. Right, here we go. And we're off. No changes. So, yeah, no changes. But, yeah, we're off again. No changes for the second half, so interesting to see. Um, Chris says he ordered some from Amazon. Brilliant, Chris. Chris, where are you from again? They do get stuck in your teeth, though, them potatoes. That's the only thing. Jordan says, what part of Ireland are you from? From Kilkenny, Jordan. So, free kick there. Naples, Florida. Oh, perfect, yeah. You'll probably get them somewhere. I don't know if you have like a local. I don't know. Is there Irish? There's probably no Irish stores. Like I remember, I have an aunt that lives in Los Angeles, and you can get them in a few places over there. All right. But yeah, they're so good, man. They're so good. I think they were actually on. Do you ever see some of the Ever see some of the? Is it like the Lad Bible and all that to do the comparisons between Irish and American sweets and confectionaries and stuff like that, and they were doing one of them with between like I don't know, is it like Lay's crisps or something in America, whatever the main one is over there, and then potatoes, and even the Americans were just saying, "Oh my God, these are so much nicer than ours." So yeah. Here's Jadon Sancho now down the left hand side, kind of gets crowded out, comes back to Ericsson. And again, Southampton are blocking every ball, you'd have to say. The low now with a cross to the back post to Sancho. Heads it down, but again, Southampton clear it. United give away a free there. But yeah, great to see so many people in, guys. If you haven't already done so, you're watching on YouTube, please take a second, hit the thumbs up button for me. Really helps the channel out a ton. Let's try to get to 50 likes before the end of the game. If you haven't hit the thumbs up button, please do. And anyone watching on TikTok as well, we're aiming for 40,000 likes before the end of the game. Keep tapping that screen for me. Helps the channel out an awful lot. And make sure you hit subscribe as well. I have potatoes fucking stuck in my teeth now because of that. I'm only doing that now for the rest of the game. So Sancho coming forward on the left hand side here again now, gets it forward to Bruno Fernandes. He loses it. He's not having an overly good game. But United keep possession here now with Varane at the back. McTominay makes a run here. He's in the box. Have a go at Scott. Oh, gets a good shot in, and Bazunu makes a good save and puts it out for a corner. Good run by McTominay there, you'd have to say. The kind of third man run off the defenders. Does really well. Gets into a bit of space. Ball is bouncing for him. Just hits it on the volley, and Bazunu makes a good save. Comfortable save, though. What's the score? It's 0-0. Chris says, I miss my pints of Guinness. Yeah, you would. I mean, the Guinness is just not good outside of Ireland. It just doesn't travel well. Corner now to Manchester United. Eriksen's going to swing it in here. Oh, header by Varane over the bar. Fitz says, if Memphis was to return to United, how much is he worth and would he fit? Well, I think we'll get him very cheap if he does come to Manchester United, because Barcelona want him out of the club and they want him off the wage bill. So we could, I think there's talks of even 10 million we can get him for. So look, I wouldn't be against it. I absolutely wouldn't. But you know, it certainly isn't going to be our first choice option. That's the only thing. And it goes back to show the incompetency of the board not being able to get Ten Hag's the players he wants. Now, look, I'm sure he won't mind getting the likes of Depay in, but Depay is not going to be first choice. Do you know, I just remembered? I haven't changed my fantasy football team again for the third week in a row. Keep forgetting to do it. Jack says, stay away from players that are wanted out of their current team's wage sheet. Yeah, I have to agree with you there, Jack. Really do. I mean, if we were to bring him back, I'd be giving him a short-term deal, a 1-year deal with the option of a second year, you know, and not giving him massive wages. But again, you seen there with Depay, he said he'd only go to Juventus if his wages were met, and the deal broke down. Free kick now by Ward-Prowse. Going to put it into the box here. Easy save for De Gea in the end. How well are United playing, says Joachim? They're okay. They're not doing nothing great. We should have scored with Eriksen. He had a shot in the 6-yard box that was very well blocked. But we really should be 1-0 up, you'd have to say. But Southampton have had their chances as well. On the cat, says Dean the Machine. On the cat's by. Here's Alanga now breaking through the middle. Gets it to Eriksen. Lovely little 1-2. Oh, he's in here. Oh, and a very, very good challenge. Very, very good challenge by Southampton, you'd have to say. Alanga makes a lovely little 1-2 there with Bruno Fernandes. And he's into the box and he has a shot, but it's just a last-ditch tackle. Stops him from getting his shot away. Very, very good, you'd have to say, by Southampton. Good move by Alanga and by Manchester United in general. But yeah. Tommy Keys is in. Good to see you, Tommy. Umar says, can you please show us the screen? I can't, I'm afraid, Umar. I'll be thrown off of TikTok. Katie says, I like Memphis. I just don't think it worked out last time. His attitude was all wrong. Well, look, he was very young at United as well. You'd be hoping if we do get him back again, that he's matured a bit. That we'll be getting a different type of player. But look, we certainly just need players. We need options in the attacking side of the pitch. Look, we're after getting Eriksen now. We're after getting Casemiro. So, we do have better options now when it comes to midfield. We now need to get better options when it comes to up front. We cannot rely on Sancho, Rashford and Martial and Ronaldo for the whole season. We just can't, the amount of games we're going to have, we will not be able to last, especially with the injury record that Martial has. I think Martial has had something like 15 or 16 injuries in the last 3 years. Whether that be small or big injuries. I mean, it's just, you can't rely on him. You really can't. So it's 0-0, guys. About 8 minutes gone in the second half. So we have Fred, Casemiro and Ronaldo all warming up on the sideline. So look, I'd say it'll be changes made here sooner rather than later. And that was one of the maybe criticisms of Ten Hag in the first 2 games, that his substitutions weren't overly great in terms of the timing that he made them. If you remember, he made, was it the Brighton game? We were 2-1 down and he made something like 3 changes with only a minute or 2 to go. So hopefully he's learning as well. So again, United are giving the ball away. But now look, you'd have to say Southampton are hunting in packs. They are. But again, we have been sloppy in possession. We really have. So yeah, 0-0. I mean, a goal either side of this game, a goal for either side in this game will completely change the game. It'll change the tempo. It'll change the dynamic of it. If United can go out and get a goal here, I think we could go on and get 1 or 2, because it would mean Southampton will have to step out. Here's the Low now getting to the end line. Low ball back to Bruno. Yeah! Go on there, Bruno! 1-0 to United. What a great goal. What a brilliant goal. I thought he hit it wide, but he absolutely buried it on the volley. And that's exactly what we needed. Come on. Happy days. Happy fucking days. That was a brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goal, guys. So the ball eventually gets to Dalot. Lovely little 1-2 interlinking on the right-hand side. It comes to Alanga. Alanga cuts inside, plays it to Sancho, who slips Dalot in. Dalot pulls the ball back really fast. And the control out of Bruno Fernandes to hit it side-footed on the volley and bury it into the corner of the net is brilliant. That's world-class technique. I don't care what anyone says. That is absolute world-class technique out of Bruno. Ball down into the ground, nearly side netting, given the angle that it was at. Absolutely fantastic. 1-0 Manchester United. Come on. Happy days. Let me just note the time of the goal. Brilliant, brilliant. Let's see what people are saying here. Katie, yeah. Cav says goal. Bruno. Katie, Bruno. That was a well taken goal. The Red Bull kicking it, absolutely. Happy days, and hopefully that'll give the confidence for United now to kick on. Let me change the score here. Again, anybody watching on TikTok, guys, we're live on YouTube as well. The full experience, the scoreboard, the timer, the starting 11. Hit the link on my homepage. You can go over there. The chat tends to be a lot quieter as well. You get your comments read out. Head over to the YouTube channel. We're live over there as well with the full experience. But Manchester United are 1-0 up. Bruno Fernandes, happy days. Delighted. Sully says world class. It was, you have to say. The technique was just absolutely fantastic. It really was. And the Manchester United away fans are in absolute bias voice now. Happy days. 1-0. Twigs, magnifico. Party says, keep that going, Bruno. Absolutely. Absolutely. So look, that's what we needed. And a good, good time to get it. Within 10 minutes of the restart. United have looked good in the second half, you'd have to say. They've moved the ball quite well. But let's hope we can kick on now and get a second. Because, look, I mean, Southampton are still a threat. And you would... De Gea, where are you going? All right, okay. Southampton are still a threat. And you would expect them to have chances before the end of the game. So, let's hope we can keep the intensity up now and go on and get a second goal. Southampton coming forward here on the left-hand side. The law stands up, does really well, but Southampton win the corner. Great to see the live, says Chris, absolutely. Kula says world class. Fabito says I think this season Man U, it's not on 10 class. I have no idea what you're saying, sorry. Seamus says, what was the goal like? It was a brilliant goal, Seamus. Ball was cut back by Delo. Gets kind of halfway down to the end line. Bruno hits it on the volley, side-footed from just inside the box and buries it. Corner now from Southampton. Header cleared away by Scott McTominay. Does really well there. Another ball coming in. Oh, a dangerous ball in. But United were in place well, you'd have to say. They were placed well there. Fitz says Southampton have to come out a bit more now. Hopefully leave gaps. Yeah, that's the hope there, Fitz. Absolutely. That's the hope. Patrick says De Gea trying too hard to be a sweeper keeper. Daniel says Rashford's been quiet. He has. Everything Footy says great finish by Bruno. I'm buzzing now. Absolutely. Happy days. Happy days. That's poor there now, Delo. Giving the ball away. And here comes Southampton now. Che Adams. But McTominay clears the ball. And that's what we have to be careful with. Giving that kind of them silly balls away. I think it was the potatoes at half time. What do you think? The bag of cheese and onion potatoes at half time that's done the trick. I think we'll have to make it a little ritual. Half time potatoes. Ball is clear now. Again, look, I mean, Southampton are looking at that long throw as a set piece nearly. Ball comes back into Chalmers. Oh, looks like two handballs. Oh, McTominay is playing fucking... What's he doing? He's playing volleyball here on the edge of the box. Get him off the pitch quick. Get Casemiro on. Jeez, he handled the ball twice and he gives Shea Adams an out shoulder for good measure there. Fucking, we got away with that one. I'm sure VAR will look at it, but the referee didn't give it. And it's right on the edge of the penalty area. Southampton are... As we said, Southampton are coming out now. The fact that they're 1-0 down. Clear the ball, will ye? Don't give away a foul there now. Just stand up, keep your shapes. Southampton are camped on the edge of United's box here. But United are keeping their shape well. They're forcing them. It is good defending, I have to say. They've pushed them all the way back to the halfway line. It is good defending by Manchester United. They're keeping their shape quite well. But again, Southampton are keeping possession here. United are kind of pinned back, but they're keeping their shape quite well. United are defending well, I have to say. And do you know what? I'm putting it down to Varane. Every time I see him, he's pointing, he's talking, he's organising. We just don't get that out of Slabhead. We just don't. But Martinez is doing it too. Malacia is doing it. They're all in communication with each other, and they're in communication with the. Oh, Scotty boy! I mean, Jesus Christ! I think he handballed it about 17 times there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Fucking hell! How do we get away with that one? But the ball. So his hand is out, and the ball comes, hits him. Now he is very close, but the fact that he kind of does keep you uppies with his hands, I don't know. I think he got away with one there. Party Pooper says, imagine Liverpool don't get the win today. Surely they'll be worried. I hope they fucking get hammered. Shea Adams did well, to be fair. It says Cav. Yeah, absolutely. He's playing basketball, says Twigs. Keep the likes coming in, guys. We're trying to get to 40,000 likes on TikTok. We're at nearly 26,000 there. Keep tapping the screen for us. And anyone on YouTube, if you haven't done so already, take a second, hit the thumbs up button. And anyone that's on TikTok, like I said before, if you do want the full experience, click the link on my homepage and head over to the YouTube channel. We're live there as well with the scoreboard, the timer, starting 11. And it's generally quieter in the chat. You'll get your comments read out a lot easier. Chris says you need to try all the flavour of potatoes. I've done that long time ago, and I know what I like and what I don't. Update on the live match, says Gilbert. So it's 1-0 to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes with a brilliant goal. But look, Southampton are still well in this game. And they've had a couple of chances. So let's see what happens. I brought in my water with me so I wouldn't have to go out and get it again. Could nearly start my own cooking show at this stage. Between chocolate and potatoes and water. On screen, says Chris. Nah, there's plenty of lads that'll do that. I'm here for the football, Chris. I just fucking drowned in myself. Who's warming up, says FIFA 15. So Fred, I've seen Fred, Ronaldo and Casemiro all warming up at the same time. Now that was maybe 5 minutes ago, so there may be more or less out since then. Score prediction. First half an hour of the match. Yeah, I gave a 2-0 prediction at the start, so I'm going to stick with that. United 1-0 up so far. The Aero Melts and Potato Sandwiches, says Twigs. Yeah, I think we'll do Aero Melts, or we'll do any form of chocolate, but we'll have half-time Tato segment. Half-time Tatoes. The United Cooking Show. The United Community Cooking. Free kick to United here on the edge of their own box. De Gea is going to go with a big kick out here. But you can hear Manchester United fans. They're the only ones you can hear. Southampton fans are dead quiet. So, like, Manchester United are happy now to go back to De Gea, recycle possession a lot more because the fact that we're 1-0 up. You know, it's Southampton now that have to chase the game. You know, so Cav says, to be honest, the defence looks more coherent. Yeah, it certainly does. I agree with you there. Chris says, I will send you potatoes. Absolutely. Twigs, community cooking. 1-0 United, guys. Thanks for sorry for the updates there on TikTok. Yeah, 1-0 Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes with the goal. But Southampton in a bit of possession here now, the last minute or two. But again, you know, they do need to step out and go for it. You'd be hoping United would be looking to counter attack then, but cross into the box and a header on a good save by De Gea. Rebound, heads it over, and there we go. I mean, there's the threat from Southampton. And Martinez gets De Gea and gives him a big punch in the chest for a well done punch in the chest. And there's the threat from Southampton. Break down the left-hand side. Delo is a bit loose. Ball into the box. The big header there. De Gea makes a great save right on the 6-yard box. And it's Walker-Peters then with a follow-up and just can't keep the ball down and blazes the header over the bar. But De Gea makes a very good save there. Does really well. And that's what he's there for. But it was a good save. Good save. Martinez is a hair Jap Stam. Ronaldo's coming on. He's getting ready. But again, United are struggling to maintain possession. They're winning tackles and but they're kind of a bit sloppy in possession. They get the ball here wide now, but again, look, they put it out for a throw. Ronaldo is coming on. Here he comes. And it's going to be Jadon Sancho. I'm surprised with that now. I really am. I'm very, very surprised with that. I thought Elanga would be the man to come off. I thought I thought Sancho was having a lot more joy down the left-hand side. Ronaldo's going to come on through the middle, and it looks like Rashford is going out on the left. But yeah. Chris says it's puzzling. Show the match live, please, says Frank. I won't, Frank, because I don't want to be thrown off of TikTok. This is just a watch along, I'm afraid. I'm afraid. Jason says, will they not just face the phone towards the telly? No, Jason, because we get about maybe 30 seconds in and then I'd be thrown off of TikTok. So, no, I won't. Why don't you pay for Sky Sports and BT and watch it yourself? Who would you bench for Casemiro, says Dylan. Dylan, that's the easiest question I would ever have to answer, and it would be Scott McTominay. Cav says, you think CR7 will find a club before deadline day? I don't know, to be honest with you. Someone put it into the chat on last night, actually, on the Transfer Talk show that we done. Why don't they offer him to Ajax in a swap deal for Anthony? And obviously plus cash, because he wants Champions League football. Ajax have it, so you never know. That could be an option either. Here's United coming down the left-hand side now. Gets it into McTominay. Breaks it through to Ronaldo. Oh, great tackle. And here comes Southampton on the break. United need to get numbers back. Malacia busting the gut to get back. Comes to Shea Adams through the middle. United do have numbers back now, but Southampton on the edge of the box. Cross into the box. Delo does well. He's composed and clears his line. Great block by Southampton for Ronaldo. Chris says we should pay 80 million and Ronaldo for Osman. I think that'd be the ideal scenario if we could get Ronaldo off the books. But I don't think Napoli want to sell him until next summer. So, but look, I mean, he would certainly be the lad to go for, wouldn't he? I mean, and if you look at it, are United in a hurry to go get him? I think it would be great now. But look at, okay, City have got their number 9 this year. Liverpool have got their number 9 this year. Spurs have Harry Kane. Arsenal have got their number 9 with Jesus. The only other team you would be expecting to go for the likes of Osman in the Premier League would be Chelsea, you know. So, look, we'll see what happens. I'd love for him to sign. I really would. Fitz says, I would say Casemiro for McTominay. Yeah, absolutely. Dylan says, do you think Rashford got to prove himself this season? He certainly does, Dylan. He certainly does. But this game is far from won, guys. I mean, Southampton are... And they've won a free kick now right down in the corner. Malacia is a bit slow to a tackle. Gives away the free. United need to keep concentrating here. And now the nerves, anyone who's watching will tell you, now the nerves are starting to kick in when I start to go silent. You know, I start to get a bit quiet. Free kick now to... This is an opportunity. It's like a corner nearly, but more Prowse now with the delivery. Back stick. Oh, that's a free, surely, ref. No. Southampton now on the edge of the box. Armstrong gets a wide left. Oh, he gets to the end line here. Oh, gets a shot in, but Varane stands his ground and blocks it very well. But Southampton's still in possession here on the edge of the box. Come on, get on the ball, will ye? Big balloon of a ball. Up into Rose. Go on, I said. We'll take that all day, so we will. We'll take that all day. Varane does very well. Stands his ground. Takes a heavy shot into the chest by the ball. But keeps his composure. Stands up well. No handball. United clear their lines, and eventually the shot is blazed well over the bar. What's the score? It's 1-0, James. 1-0 to Manchester United. Bruno Fernandes with the goal. Yeah. 1-0. Saints all over him, says Minnie. Well, they've certainly been in the ascendancy the last few minutes. But again, look, we said that after the goal, that Southampton do need to step out now and try and go for it. You would be hoping that will leave space in behind for United to counter. Oh, great tackle by Martinez. Ball into the box now. Delort heads it clear. Comes to the edge of the... McTominay does really well with a block there. Oh, Ronaldo's limping. Ronaldo's in bother here. Che Adams is down. They've all been shot. Ronaldo's limping. 2 Southampton players down. Great tackle there by Martinez. And Che Adams goes down as if he's after being shot. Will you ever get up, you blouse, you? The fucking size, you. That was a perfect tackle. Perfect tackle. And look, you doing all of that. You're only a net is all you are. Scott McTominay makes a great block on the edge of the box as well. Really needed to be made. The strike was coming in. Ronaldo's in bother here, I think. He's holding is he holding the side of his knee, or he's limping. He's still on his feet, but he's limping around. Party Pooper says Ward-Prowse is so underrated. I'm not sure why top teams haven't gone from you. I agree with you. I think he's quality. I really do think he's quality. Paul says, I think we need to get Ivan Toney before anyone else does. He would suit us with Ten Hag as a manager. How long left, says Paul. So we have, let's see, just under 15 minutes to go. Ronaldo is not happy he's gone down now and he's receiving a bit of attention. Obviously, the game has been stopped for the last couple of minutes, but Fitz says, you're only a Ned is one of the best things I've heard. You're only a Ned, is all you are. Now what we need with injuries, says Katie, and Cav says, is that the last of CR7 in the United shirt? Let's see. I don't know. Who do we bring on? Get Garnacho on. Get Garnacho on now. Here's his chance. If Ronaldo does go off, put Rashford back on the left, or back through the middle, and get Garnacho on the left. Oh, they're just showing a replay of Bruno's goal. The finish is so good. It really is so good, you have to say. Aaron says, are you watching the Liverpool game? I'm not, Aaron. I'm going to a Liam Gallagher gig. As the second of this is over, I'm gone. So I'll have to run. But yeah, unfortunately, I won't be. Twig says only a Ned. Garnacho was brilliant in the last friendly, says Cavi. Certainly was. Look, I think he'll get game time throughout the season. I do. I think a lot of the young lads will get game time, especially in the likes of the Europa League and things like that. I think they'll get game time. So yeah. Here we go. Casemiro. He's coming. Here we go. Casemiro. Casemiro's going. Ronaldo looks alright. He's going to come back on. Well, Casemiro is ready to go. Ball into the box now. Southampton are in down the left. Delort. I have to say about Delort, the last two games, his defending has improved an awful lot. Oh, Casemiro's put his bid back on. It's interesting. Party Pooper says Ronaldo isn't leaving now anyway. Who wants to buy an injured player? If Ronaldo is hurt, we need a number 9 for sure. How long left? There's about 12 minutes to go plus stoppage time, whatever that's going to be. Keep smashing a like on the video as well, guys, if you haven't already done so. We're trying to get to 40,000 likes on TikTok. We're a little under 9,000 away. Keep tapping that screen for me. Helps the channel out a ton. And anyone watching on YouTube, if you haven't already done so, please take a second. Hit the thumbs up button for me. Helps out the channel an awful lot. And hit subscribe and follow as well. We're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers on YouTube before Christmas. So I'd really appreciate the bit of help there as well. Scott, now just clear your lines if there's any issues, buddy. Or just put it out for a fucking throw. Jesus Christ. Neymar says, it's good to see Neymar's in the chat. If we get one more goal, we're comfortable. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so look, it does look like Casemiro's coming on now as well. He has his bib back off. There's a bit of translation going on in relation to instructions for him, but Southampton have a long throw here. Cleared by McTominay. In fairness, I have to say it to McTominay, he has dealt with a lot of high balls like that quite well today. I know we give him a lot of stick, and look, rightly so, but he has been, he's been heading the ball quite well. So Alanga is off, and Casemiro is on for his debut. Casemiro is on. Good to see him in a United shirt. And the Brazilian flags are being waved in the stand. McTominay again with a good header clear. But Southampton still in possession here. Ball back into the box. De Gea should have that, and he does. He does. Just slow the game down now, David. All right, just kick it long then. Now United do well to win that ball. Lovely little ball into Bruno. You have to be stronger, Bruno. I mean, it's Ward-Prowse that's throwing you off the ball. Not strong enough. He's not strong enough, you have to say. Um, You'd love to see Casemiro coming on and smashing a lad with a tackle straight away, wouldn't you? Let's see what happens. Is the fact that Casemiro doesn't speak English a problem, or is it not an issue when it comes to a football match? Fitz, I don't think it's an issue at all. He's from Brazil, so he speaks Portuguese, and he also spent 10 years in Madrid, so he can speak Spanish as well. And you have Ronaldo that can speak both, Bruno that can speak both, you have Martinez that can speak both, Varane can speak Spanish, you know, Fred can speak Portuguese. I don't think it's an issue at all, to be quite honest with you. I really don't. But United kind of sitting back in now as well, obviously trying to protect the 1-0 lead. But when we do get on the ball, we need to... Oh, go on. Go on, Ronaldo. How's your pace now at 37? Oh, he's in. Square it. Square it. Get your head up. Oh, your pace is gone. Your pace is gone, Cristiano. You were caught there by... Who were you caught by? Oh, if he had just got his head up, Ericsson was bowling in at the back post. All you had to do was square it to him. Getting nervous now. Less than 9 minutes to go. Cav says so he will not be speaking to Maguire. Yeah, I don't think he'd want to. It's good that he doesn't understand English at the moment. Imagine Maguire trying to tell him what to do. Fuck off, you fool, yeah. A lot of our team speaking Spanish. Ten Hag can speak Spanish too, says Paul. Yeah, he can. Yeah, absolutely. Huser says Maguire speaks Friginese. I won't read the second one now. There's McMuffin's yellow, yeah. But look, I mean, United naturally now are sitting back in, keeping their shape, trying to see out the game. And they are keeping their shape quite well. You know, they're well organised. They're clearing their lines when they have to. Neymar says, I can't believe Ajax rejected 90 million bid for Anthony. It's absolutely crazy. They will never, ever, ever get a bid that big for him ever again. It's absolutely crazy. So it is. But look, they're well within their rights to do it. You know, we would have got Anthony very easily half that price, probably 50 million, probably, if we had gone in at the start of the transfer window for him. You know, so it's crazy. What United player do you hate the most? I don't hate any of them. I don't hate any of them. Bellacoccia gets in here now with a strike miles over the bar. No, look, I don't hate any Manchester United player, Paddy. I have respect for any player that puts on a United jersey. As long as they represent it with a bit of... in the right ways. You don't... look, not every player can be good enough for Manchester United, even if they do put the jersey on, you know, and play. So I don't hate any of them. I have respect for them all. And I think, you know, regardless of how well a player is playing, we can criticise in relation to a performance, and that's totally understandable. But, you know, the 11 players that are out on the pitch week in, week out, and the subs that come on and all that kind of good stuff, we should always get behind them and support them, you know. We're struggling to keep a bit of possession here. Gineppo now coming down the left-hand side for Southampton. Southampton are keeping a lot of ball. Bellacoccia with a strike from way out, and Casemiro smothers him and with a good block. Chris says, this is the one thing I think United to walk and get Gakpo and Depay for what they bid for Anthony. And Dylan says, do you think Chelsea go far in Champions League as the Norwich striker? I wouldn't think so. I wouldn't think. Look, they get to the knockout stages, all right, but it depends what kind of draw they get. You know, I think it's easier to predict a league campaign and how someone will do in a league rather than a cup competition, because cup competitions, like, they could get, I don't know, they could get Man City in the last 16 and then they're gone, you know. So, but they could get nice handy draws all the way to a final. So I have to say, Scott McTominay has done well here. He's defended quite well. He's broken up a lot of come on, ref. Casemiro, that's the stuff. Get into him there. Good man. Brilliant. Scott McTominay is down injured here. This looks like a bad one now for McTominay. It looks like he gets his leg caught in the ground and kind of twists everything. Oh, yeah. So he's running, and there's just when his left foot is in the air, he just makes a slight contact with the leg of the Southampton player, and it brings the balance of his leg coming down off, and he just twists his whole knee, ankle, the whole lot all into one go. Fucking sore one. That can be really bad now for knees, and you know when you jar your knee like that, you're talking cruciates and ligaments, and you'd be hoping he's okay. Cav says, what was the ref looking at? That's bad, says Chris. Sorry, Scott, no more jokes. Great to see so many people in as well, guys, watching on YouTube and TikTok. If you haven't already done so, anyone watching on YouTube, anyone watching on TikTok, we're trying to get to 5,000 subscribers before Christmas. If you click on the link on my homepage, all the social media accounts are there. Please please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. Follow us on as well on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We do a podcast as well. Go and check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and all that as well. And as well, to let you know, we have a Discord. Again, the link is on the homepage. You can join the Discord and you can join our Fantasy Premier League, which the link is in the chat as well. So make sure you're going and joining all that as well, so you don't miss out on anything. Anyone watching on YouTube, the link is pinned to the top of the chat, so you can get all the social medias there as well, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. So make sure you're going and following us everywhere, so you don't miss out. But yeah, the two main ones for me are TikTok and YouTube. So make sure you're subscribing to both for me. Really appreciate it. McTominay is back on, which is good to see. Looks like just a bit of a jar. Thankfully, nothing serious. Daniel says, where are you going to Liam Gallagher? He's on up in Dublin in Royal Kilmainham Hospital. So yeah, he's coming on stage about 8:30 or something. So I'm heading straight after this. Really looking forward to it. Paul, thanks for the gift on TikTok. Really appreciate it, man. Thank you. Absolute gent. 90 minutes is nearly up here, but you'd be expecting probably 4 or 5 minutes added on, given all of the stoppages in the second half. Like says, Casemiro looking solid. He is looking solid. Absolutely. Bubble says, please tell me Harry Maguire is not playing. He certainly isn't. Oh, Jesus, I didn't know that. Where I'm from, didn't know he was here. Enjoy, pal. Cheers, Daniel. Appreciate it, man. So 6 minutes at a time here. And Fred is going to come on. You'd be looking probably just to shut things down here. Is he going to come on alongside McTominay and Casemiro, or is he probably going... Oh, here's Ronaldo. Now play him in. Oh, Ronaldo, that was a terrible pass. Rashford's been very quiet today, I'd have to say. How is that a foul? I'm getting nervous now because there's fucking 5 minutes to go, and Casemiro is doing very well, I'd have to say. So yeah, it's going to be Eriksen coming off for Fred. So obviously, look, Ten Hag is looking to shut up shop here, get the 1-0 victory and leg it back to Manchester. But these are the kind of results, guys, we have to be grinding out. We really do. We really, really do. I mean, going away to Southampton, getting a 1-0 victory like this is massive. It really is massive. Really is. So free kick here now. It's going to be pumped long into the box. David De Gea comes all the way and punches clear. And Fred adds to it. But Southampton come onto it again with Armstrong. And Fred does really, really well. Clear your lines now. That's all. Well done, Fred. Brilliant. Brilliant. Does really well. And high fives all around there. Absolutely brilliant. When was our last clean sheet, says Cav? I'm actually not sure, to be quite honest with you. Cottle says, looks like my 1-0 prediction is going to be right. Happy days, Cottle, man. Happy days. Happy days. Casemiro with the header there. Lovely. And it's a throw to Man United. Slow it down, boys. Slow it down. Slow it down. Angie, come back to bed. Rest your arms. Rest your legs. Throwing out to United. Malacia with a big throw down the line. Rashford to run onto it. Or Ronaldo does really well. No need to head for the goal now, Ronnie. Just hold it up. Keep possession. That's it. Fred smothered out there. Yeah, he just got smothered. Nothing really could do about that. Martinez does well with a challenge. Come on, boys. Get your shape now. Get your shape. Don't fucking give away a goal here now. Southampton coming forward down the left-hand side. But United have their shape well. They're forcing Southampton back. I have to say United's shape has been very, very good today. Look, obviously Southampton have had their chances, but United have kept them as far out the field as much as they could. But here we go, down the left-hand side now, cross into the box, gone very deep. Header's going to come past, bicycle kick. Oh, and it's cleared off the line. Casemiro clears it away. Oh, United living dangerously here. Goal kick. Surely that's a goal kick. Oh, it's a corner to Southampton. Ball comes in from the left-hand side, goes very deep, header back across, and a bicycle kick. And who clears it? Dalot clears it. I don't know if it's on target, but he clears it away. Corner now to Southampton. United really need to deal with this now. 2.5 minutes to go. Just win your header. Oh, header there. Goes all the way back. Dalot is going to clear the lines here. Comes away with it. Get it up the field. And Southampton get back on the ball again. Well, it goes all the way back to the goalkeeper. But United are just sitting in here now. They're trying to soak up as much as possible. Head it down. Comes to the edge of the box. Again, across all the way to the back post. And a deep one all the way back. All the way back. Okay. Now slow it down again, boys. Oh, Jesus. Humza is in. It says, talking in the league. Cottle says, has it actually been that long since we got a clean sheet? The Maguire effect. Absolutely. Smash a like on the video, guys, for United getting over the line. Come on, we're nearly there. And we're nearly at 40,000 likes. We were aiming for 40,000 on TikTok. We're just under 2,000 away. Keep tapping the screen for us, guys. We'll get to 40,000. I really appreciate it. And let's try to get to 60 likes on YouTube. We're at 53 at the moment. Surely 7 people in the chat there watching haven't given the thumbs up. Just take a second, give a thumbs up, and hit the subscribe button as well. But United just need to see out this game now. Southampton, or after having a couple of good opportunities, you'd have to say, De Gea with a big clearance down the field now, and we have less than 60 seconds left. And a ball comes to Bruno. He holds the ball up quite well, you'd have to say. Slow the game down. But again, this big stupid ball across, that actually works out quite well. But again, Southampton, you know, you would be thinking Southampton would come away with something like that. Whereas you can just go into the corner, now run down the clock. Just go into the corner with it, Fred. There's no need to cross it in, you know. No need to cross the ball. Southampton come away with it then. You know, and we win a free. They win a free, you know. I don't get this not going into the corner, running the clock down. Jamie says, hopefully they can see it out. Chris says, do you think there is any chance to offload Maguire? I wouldn't say so. Paul, thanks for the gift. Really appreciate it, man. Guys, you're absolute legends on TikTok. 43,000 in the space of what? A minute and a half? You're absolute legends. Really appreciate it. And we're at 55 likes on YouTube as well. Header clear there. Varane or Casemiro does really well and clears the lines. And Ronaldo now. United have numbers over here. They have a massive counter attack. Ronaldo, you're after having an absolute mare since you come on. Your passing has been terrible. And there it is. 1-0. United get the 1-0 victory. And an absolutely huge victory, you'd have to say. Dan, thanks for the gifts. Really appreciate it, man. But look, what a great result for Manchester United. 1-0. 2 victories out of 2 now, so happy days. And it's that kind of momentum now that we do need, that we've been hoping and craving. So, Southampton, not an easy place to go. Away from home. United done, good professional job. Got the job done. Wasn't a spectacular performance by any stretch of the imagination, but always a hard place to go. So look, I'm happy with that victory. I really am. It's been an absolute grind of a victory, you'd have to say, for Manchester United. But look, a fantastic goal by Bruno Fernandes. I'm not going to do full team ratings or anything like that, guys, because I really do have to run, like I said. But, players to note, I thought Sancho was very good in the first half. I think he was unlucky to be substituted. Bruno Fernandes took his goal brilliantly. I thought we defended very well again. All 4 at the back were top notch. Dalot, Martinez, Varane and Malacia. Who else have we got there? I thought Eriksen done quite well in the middle as well. And I have to say Scott McTominay done quite well in what he's good at. He won headers. He broke down a bit of possession. The physicality aspect, I thought he done quite well. So I give him some praise for that. So look, an absolutely great victory. Happy days for Manchester United. We move on 3 points. We move up the table. Ten Hag, you can see he's starting to turn the key a little bit. So happy days. The lowest class as Cotley was. Thomas says 6 out of 4, not bad. When looking at it a week ago. So yeah, look, it's been a good watch along, guys. It's been a great watch along, especially on YouTube as well. We've had nearly 6,500 views on YouTube, which is fantastic. So I really, really, really do appreciate it. Thanks to everyone who was watching on TikTok as well. The likes, the shares, the follows. Paul, thanks for the gifts, all the gifts as well. It's been brilliant. Thanks for all the comments. If you haven't already, guys, please do follow on TikTok, subscribe on YouTube if you haven't already done so. Link on the top of the chat on YouTube has all of our social media accounts. Go and follow us wherever we are. And as well on TikTok, the link is on my homepage there to all our social medias, YouTube, podcast. Everyone join the Fantasy Football League as well. We have a United Community Channel League. So I'm going to close it in a couple of weeks, actually, because I don't want people jumping in, halfway through the season. And then, if someone is top, someone comes in and wins it. So I'm going to close it in maybe 2 weeks. So make sure you get into the Fantasy League as well. And join the Discord as well. We have a Discord group where we get, we chat and we talk amongst ourselves and stuff like that in between videos and lives and stuff. So make sure you're following all of that. As for me, I'm going to have to see Liam Gallagher. I said maybe. So let's go. Come on, United. 1-0. Happy days. We move on. Let's go. I'll see you Monday night for the Transfer Talk Show, guys. We'll be back from 7:30 as usual. Make sure you're joining. We won't have one on Wednesday night, but we'll be back then on Thursday. We're going to be going for about 6 or 7 hours live on Thursday for the full transfer window, the transfer deadline day. So make sure you're liking, sharing, subscribing, following, all of that good stuff. You're all absolute legends. I'll see you Monday. Take care, guys.